Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video we have a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I call this my signature go-to smoky look, if you will. Now this is a look that I would wear maybe if I was going out, or me personally, I'd wear it pretty much anywhere. But it's kind of my signature colors. I love a good gold and brown smoky eye, a dramatic wing, some lashes, a nice nude lip to go with it. So if you are interested in how to get this look right here, then just keep watching. Alright, hey guys! So we're going to start the tutorial today with the Best Damn Beauty lip mask. I'm going to apply this all over my lips so my lips can get hydrated while I apply my makeup. I'm going to then take the Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick and apply this to my main areas of my face where I have the biggest pores, which is mainly my cheeks, my forehead, and my nose. I'm going to apply that with the stick and then dab it all in with my fingers. I'm then going to take the Benefit Porefessional, which is, yes, a bit extra. I'm going to just take a dot and apply it to the same spots just to really get those pores minimized as much as I possibly can. I'm then going to take the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I'm going to apply that all over to my face in small sections with my dampened beauty blender. Now this is a full coverage foundation and it does dry really fast, so I like to apply it section by section instead of applying it to my entire face first. As you can see here, I do the left side of my face, then the right side, and then my forehead and nose and chin. I'm then going to take the Born This Way concealer. I use the shade Light, and I'm going to apply this in an upside down triangle underneath my eyes. I'm also going to take it down the bridge of my nose, onto my forehead, over my cupid's bow, and a spot on my chin so I can highlight those areas as well as conceal. I'm then going to take that same dampened beauty blender and dab this out as well. I'm also going to drag it up on my eyelids to use as an eyeshadow base. Now I'm taking the RCMA No Color powder, which is a translucent no color powder like it says, and I'm going to apply this to the areas that I just applied the concealer to help set it and lock it in place all day long. This technique is called baking, and it's an awesome technique. I'm then going to take the Wet n Wild Coverall powder and apply that powder all over my face to the areas that I didn't just bake with that RCMA No Color powder. I'm using the Morphe G0 brush to apply this powder all over. I'm then taking this No Name eyeshadow spoolie brush and I'm brushing out my eyebrows to get them prepared for my eyebrow product. I'm now taking the Brow Stylist Definer, which is by Loreal, in the color Brunette, and I'm then going to fill in my eyebrows. Now I do have my eyebrows microbladed, so for me, this is just an extra step. I don't necessarily have to fill my eyebrows in with additional product. However, when I do a full face of makeup, especially a glam makeup look, I like to fill in my brows so that they still stand out and look defined. Because my eyebrows are microbladed, however, it's basically like I have my own personal stencil. I just take where the eyebrows are microbladed and take that outside line and draw it and trace it, and then I fill it in. I fill it in darker on the outsides, and then towards the inner corner, I go in an upward stroke so it looks more natural like actual brow hairs. Once I do both the eyebrows, I then take the Morphe E43, and with that same Born This Way concealer, I go ahead and I clean up underneath my eyebrows so that they look nice and sharp. I then take the Essence Make Me Brow, which is a brow gel, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my eyebrows to set them in place and lock them in for the entire day. I'm then taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light brush, and I'm going to take off that excess powder that I used to bake with so I can get ready for my eyeshadow look. I'm now taking my Morphe Brush 35O palette. This is my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time, and I'm going to take those top left corner eyeshadows, and I'm going to set my brow bone and also set my entire eyeshadow look to help the other eyeshadows that I put on later blend easier. I'm then going to take this light brown color, and with the Morphe M504 brush, I'm going to sweep this all over my crease and slightly above it to set the tone for what's to come. I'm going to draw this out and blow it out quite a lot, and this is going to start the diffusion of the colors, and we're only going to build upon these colors from here. I'm then going to go into this darker brown kind of orangey shade, and with that same brush, the M504, I'm going to gain some additional product and just build upon that color, and I'm going to lay it down right where I put the previous color. I'm then going to take another brown, a little bit darker once again, and with a smaller brush, this time the Morphe M433, I'm going to lay this into my crease as well, but this time I'm going to keep it a little lower and not blow it quite as high. The aim of the game here for this eyeshadow look specifically is to blend, blend, blend. We do not want any harsh lines, which is why we're going to take many colors and build upon them gradually. I'm then taking that 504 brush and with no additional product, just going ahead and blowing it out and diffusing it even more. I'm now going into this rich chocolatey brown color, and with another M433 brush, so the same style as the previous brush I used, but actually a different brush, I'm going to build that color even more and keep this one even a little bit lower on the crease. I'm now taking the Morphe M504 and building that color even more with another darker brown, and then going back to the M504 and blowing it out even more. I'm now taking my MAC Fix Plus with these two shimmery shades, one in a golden color and one in a champagne. I am spraying the Fix Plus onto my brush, picking up those two colors and applying it to my lid with the B77 brush from Morphe. Now I spray my brush with Fix Plus first because it just helps intensify that color and make it look even more metallic than it would if it was dry. I'm then taking the Morphe M514, which is a small tapered crease brush, and blowing out that color even more into the crease and helping build up the color that was somewhat covered when I put down the lid shade. I'm basically retracing all my steps, going from the M433 to the M504, and just retracing all of those steps and blowing out the color and blending it as much as I can. I'm then taking another chocolate brown, which is even darker than the ones we've used before, and with that same Morphe M514, I'm building up the crease even more. This time I'm sticking more to the outside corner and making it into an outward V shape. When I'm doing my eyeshadow, I like to close my eyes and also open my eyes while I'm blending. That way I can see exactly what it's going to look like with both my eyes closed and my eyes open. I then took that packing brush and added a little bit more to my lid to help brighten it up. I'm now taking the Morphe B42 with a really deep, deep, deep brown, and I'm sticking this mainly on the outside corner to deepen it up even a little bit more. I know to some of you this may seem a little excessive, but I promise these steps totally make it worth it because your eye look looks flawless and seamless. Blend, 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 girl. You got it. Blend until your wrist hurts. I'm now taking the MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nylon, and with the Morphe B14, which is a tiny little brush, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And then I'm going to take the Arkitekt eyeliner by LA Splash, and I'm going to wing it out, honey. Now I do get out of the frame a little bit here, so I am sorry about that. If you do want an in-depth eyeliner tutorial, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to do that for you if it's something you're interested in. But I'm basically going to start from my outer corner and do a straight line out, and then bring it back in all the way to my inner crease. I'm then going to repeat the same exact steps that I did on my left eye on my right side. I'm now taking the Berry M eyeliner in bold black and putting this into my lower waterline. I'm then going to start blowing out my lower waterline with color, so I'm going to take this chocolate brown with an M433 and start diffusing the color. I'm going to start with the darkest color and then diffuse it even more with the M504 and a little bit of a lighter brown. and then take that really deep chocolate brown and stick that as close to my waterline as I can. And for this, I'm using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I've been cleaning the goobies out of my inner corner with a Q-tip. I feel like everybody cuts this out, but I'm leaving it in so you can see the real life. I'm then taking my Morphe B16 brush again, and I'm putting that highlight color into my inner corners. I'm now taking the Rimmel Lash Accelerator Mascara, and I'm applying a couple coats onto my upper lashes to prepare them for falsies. Today I'm using the Cocoa lashes in the style Goddess. These are some of my very favorite bold lashes. Some people like to use tools to apply their lashes, however, I find I get the best results from using my fingers. I did measure them to my eyes and then cut off the excess so that way they are fit perfectly to my eyes. I applied some Salon Perfect eyelash glue, let it rest for about 20 to 30 seconds before I apply it to my eyes, and repeat on the right hand side. I'm now taking some tweezers. Any set of tweezers you have at home will do. And I'm using this to squeeze the false lashes onto my natural lashes to make sure that they are adhered strongly and they won't go. Even in an Oklahoma wind tunnel, honey, they are going to stay put. I then personally like to add some additional mascara to bind my lashes with the falsies. And then I'm taking that Berry M eyeliner and I'm using it in my upper waterline so that there is no white showing. I'm then taking that same Rimmel mascara and applying it to my lower lash line, because we obviously gotta have some lower lashes, girlfriend. I'm now taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and with that center contour shade, I am taking my Real Techniques setting brush and I am contouring those cheekbones out. They are going to look chiseled. Now this does look like a harsh line at first, but I am going to blend it out, I promise. I then take my Kat Von D Shade and Light brush, and with the contour side, I blend out that contour a little bit so it's not quite as harsh. I'm then going to take the light side of the brush, and with that middle banana shade in the palette, I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. I'm now taking the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, and with a little dab right there, with the Morphe M527, I'm going to apply that right above the contour that I previously did, also onto my temples and down to my neck so that my face and my neck blend seamlessly. I'm then taking the Gellar blush in Tropic Hues and mixing it with the Milani blush in Luminoso. And with the Morphe E4 brush, I am applying that to my cheekbones. I am then taking the Becca Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop, and with my Morphe M310 fan brush, I am highlighting to the gods. You can tell I was pleased with the results. I'm then applying it to my right hand side because we can't glow on one side, not the other, obviously. I'm then going to take my finger and apply a little bit of highlight to the tip of my nose and also to the bridge. Can't forget the Cupid's bow either. I was pretty satisfied. You can tell how happy I was with those results. I'm then going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to push the highlight in my skin to help it look a little bit more natural. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it. And then I take that RCMA No Color powder from the beginning of the tutorial, and I'm going to take that beauty blender and carve out those cheekbones. It's basically like erasing the sharp edges. You'll see in a minute. I'm then taking the Berry M lip liner in the shade 1717, and I'm going to outline my lips. I'm now taking the Jeffree Star Lip Ammunition in the shade Celebrity Skin, and I'm going to fill in my lips. I then take the Morphe E5, which is a stippling brush, and I wipe off that bake, and I also combine the contour, bronzer, and blush together. Spray my face with some Fix Plus, and that ends this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Never realized how crazy I look till I see it on camera. That lipstick on your collar, well, it ain't my shade of pink. I'm pretty sure I just sang that in the completely wrong key. I legitimately almost just fell off my chair. Oh my god.